right, man. Let's get right into it, man. I got a lot of response on the last video. It's kind of short because I didn't have Wi-Fi, but this was what I was saying. This is part two, right? On why these trucking gurus are living their best life, even though what we see on paper might deem that they probably are not living the life that we imagined that they would be multi-millionaires and created other millionaires and all that good stuff. But they're still living their best life. Why? Because they're not behind this wheel. I'm behind this wheel. They're ready to took off. They got on the spaceship and went to Mars, baby. I'm still on Earth. I gotta fight the Armageddon right now. It's Armageddon in the trucking industry. I gotta fight what's going on. I gotta fight the invaders. They took off. They're living their best life. They're gone. They're gone. You ain't got to worry about them. They ain't worrying about you. They ain't worrying about me. But I was reading some of the comments, right, on why I believe, these trucking gurus are living their best life, and I wanted to break it down, man. And there was one guy in particular. He brought up a couple names. Now, as I go through this live feed, right? Remember, this is my opinion. I have nothing bad to say about these people. I really don't know these people from a can of paint, whatever that means. I can never understand why people always said, I don't even know you from a can of paint. I don't know what that means. But I'm going to say it today. I don't know these people from the can of paint. And I'm going up to about 2 years driving over the road, man. I've seen a lot. I've been to a lot. I've been through all the states besides Alaska and Hawaii. I've been through every major city you could think of, even the ones you forgot about. I've been through there. I've been through small towns. I've been through tight spaces. I've been through a lot as a truck driver. And one thing I can say, I can count on my one hand how many trucks of these trucking gurus I seen on the road. I can count on one hand how many trucks of these trucking gurus I seen on the road. I'm telling y'all, I can count on one hand. I've never seen the trucking guru trucks out there. And she had people that she partnered with. Never seen them there in my life. I'm gonna tell you before I go into the other guys that I've never seen. I'm gonna tell you the ones I have seen. If you guys never heard of Brewster Logistics, it's a guy based out of Texas. Went to prison. I believe he did a long time. I don't want to put numbers on him or whatever. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say he was in the prison system for a long time. Learned the game, got out, got in the trucking business, and boom, his name is Brewster Logistics out of Texas. He's really big on the big reform. He started off doing hot shot. I listened to him on my first time I listened to him was out when I was a freight broker, and it was off of Truck and Hustle, right? Shout out to Truck and Hustle, man. A very very good podcast, man. Especially for people who's trying to get into the trucking industry. You don't want to pay those big fees. Listen to the Truck and Hustle podcast. But Brewster Logistics, I've seen him on the road. I've seen his truck on the road. Semi truck. Remember, if you guys don't know Brewster Logistics, he started out as hot shot and then got big. He bought trucks. He's the real deal. I've seen Brewster Logistics on the road. Not him personally, but one of his drivers in Mississippi. So I can tell you that guy, he's really doing what he say he's doing. Big reform. That's one. Another truck driver I seen on the road that I heard he's not really a big influencer like these other people. He's actually like he's the one that's driving. It's Drill Sergeant Express. I know DS. He's based I think he's from like New Jersey or whatnot, but I saw his truck at a TA out there on the East Coast. I can't remember if it was in Maryland or if I was just outside New Jersey. I forgot what TA I saw his truck at, but I seen his truck. There's only two influencers that I've heard talk and got share the platform that actually are actually doing what they're saying. The rest of them, I've never seen a good energy truck. Never seen a good energy truck. I seen videos of Alex. supporting his. I heard him off of Chuck and Hustle before he blew up to what he is right now. I've heard him on the interview with Truck and Hustle when they were going through New York, and he was just talking about how he came up. He was a promoter. He was doing what he was doing, lost money in Miami, whatnot, came back, learned about dispatching, and blew up from there. But I've never seen a good energy truck on the road. Never. I haven't even seen the trailer. And he has a trailer that got his whole face on it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I'm up and down Atlanta, Georgia, Marietta, Kensaw, Apapella. I can never say that name where his club is at. I'm up and down. I've never seen good energy trucks worldwide, and it's worldwide. Never seen it. I seen videos though. I see him walking down the lot, looking at the trucks, doing a whole PM. I see him taking out bill of landing forms and all that good stuff. I see him do that. I seen him grease up the fifth wheel. I saw him with the flashlight on his helmet, doing a whole pre-trip. I see him do that on the videos, but I ain't never seen his truck on the road. But he's living his best life. This man got a whole Great Gatsby birthday event at his mansion. And I'm not hating on Alex Good Energy. Not at all. I'm not hating on the trucking guru, the one that kickstarted this whole investigation of this trucker scam that's been going on. I'm not hating on them. I'm just giving my opinion. Right? Part two. I'm not hating on them. But let's take on Alex. We all know now that Alex, the money he was getting from his courses, I actually knew a person personally that bought his course. This is when I was a freight broker. Bought his course and didn't learn nothing at all from his course. He spent well over $2,000 for the course. And I was willing to tell him for free. He didn't want to listen to me. He said, nah. This Alex Good Energy, this guy right here, he's the real deal. He's doing it. I don't know about you. I know you got one customer. I know you're doing a little bit, but Alex Good Energy, bro. Number one. I said, all right, bet. Spent $2,000. A week later, I get a phone call. I'm busy now. I'm a broker. You know what I'm saying? At the time I was a broker. I'm busy now. What's going on? Yeah, the race, da-da-da-da. It's going. I'm catching lanes, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm booking lanes, baby. I get a phone call. I'm thinking it's another carrier trying to figure out, what's good with this lane. You know what I'm saying? So I answer the phone. It's that kid. The same kid that I was going to teach him the game for free, but spent his money on the number one dispatching course. One of them. There's several of them. We all know that now. And he told me he didn't learn nothing. Matter of fact, Alex Good Energy ain't even called him back. Matter of fact, he watched pre-recorded videos. Smart. Pre-recorded videos. Smart, right? And he told me, hey man, whenever you have time, you think we can meet up at Starbucks, and we can kind of talk over, and you can kind of like I can pick your brain. Nah. I told him straight up, nah. You wanted to spend well over $2,000 for those courses. This is a couple years ago now. You wanted to spend well over $2,000 for these courses. Now after I warned you about these courses, and I was going to actually not only show you the game, but teach you the game. We were going to do cold calls together. I had over 900 carrier shipper lists that he could have called, and I was going to walk him through. I was going to set him up with a business email account. I was going to set him up with my website designer. I was going to help you get your MC number. Once I know that you're comfortable and you kind of get the hang of it, I was going to help you set up your MC number for a broker. I was going to do all that. But you wanted to spend $2,000 on the Alex Good Energy course. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm pretty sure you got numerous testimony on his courses. And now you figure out that it wasn't worth a dime for him. I'm not talking about everybody else. You want to come back to me? No. I don't got time. Like I said before, I'm catching lanes, baby. That free shit been left. You should have caught me when I was on the jet ski. I'm on the yacht, baby. You tripping. You feel what I'm saying? And now that people are now talking about Alex Good Energy, they're talking about the trucking guru. They're talking about these other trucking influencer and how they scam people allegedly. I'm not gonna say they did or they did not. I don't know. I'm not in their business. I just know about their course. And what I can tell you is this: Alex Good Energy never took money from people and said, "Hey, I'm gonna run your trucks for you." He never did that. He just sold information. Was it free information? Could be, but he sold information. That's all he did. He made money off of information. Probably did what he did during the time that everything was up, and bought a club. Now we all know he got one of the hottest clubs. It's not in Atlanta. It's outside Atlanta. Got one of the hottest clubs. I'm gonna stop by one day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna stop by his club. But we know he's not really knee deep in the truck industry. Is he still selling his courses? Of course. Why not? People are still buying. You know, people are still gonna buy. But I've been warning people about these sharks. These trucking gurus are living their best life, and you got the trucking guru herself. Not only Spencer is coming out with the information. Now, once again, these are they're don't want me to give you this information, but the trucking guru went on the that Pocket Watcher podcast thing, right? She went on there and showed her ass. I'm gonna say she went on there and showed her ass, bro. She went on there pissed off than a mother effer. She went there pissed off than a mother effer. Now the difference between my person, my opinion, the difference between the trucking guru and Alex Good Energy, the trucking guru took it a step further. Not only you paying for her course, but she also has an incentive or thing, another program where you can give her thousands of dollars, and you're going to make profit every month. If you are a truck driver, you know that is a bull face lie. The trucking industry does not run like that. Now, once again, during the pandemic, yes, there were drivers were pocketing $6,000, $10,000, $13,000. Let me say again, pocketing. After expense, they're able to still pocket from $6,000 to $13,000. I knew them firsthand when I was going to CDL school. I was talking to these drivers. These guys were grossing $20,000 a month and were pocketing at the end of the month $13,000. Yes, it was possible back then. Yes, as a freight broker, were you able to get big contracts? Yes, if you had the right certifications, if you were in the right rooms, you were able to get these big contracts. Now, were you able to make $1 million? It depends on how big your capacity is. You could. Our first year as a freight broker with one dedicated shipper, right? We made $126,000, and we only did 7 months, 7 to 8 months. We didn't start until March. We didn't find that shipper until May. Sorry about all the bumps. So from May to December, we made $126,000. So it is possible back then. Now it's a whole different ball game. It's a way different ball game. Why? Supply and demand. But going back to what makes the trucking guru different from Alex Good Energy, I've never heard Alex Good Energy saying, "Hey, give me money and I'll buy you a truck and I'll do this and that." No, he just sold information. That's all he did. Trucking guru sold information and also sold you a dream. That's what she did. And sometimes when you start selling people a dream, it's hard to keep up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. For example, when I first started YouTube, I used to never get comments, never get views, never get none of that stuff, right? Never. And out of nowhere, I started picking up. People were commenting. People were, it was easy for me to answer 8 people's comments. Then 8 became 10, 10 became 20, 20 became 100, 100 became 500. I couldn't keep up. But did that stop me from making videos so I can keep up with the people who are commenting? Commenting? No. I still kept on doing videos. I got to you when I can. And I believe, when it came to the trucking guru, she was making money off these information, these simple generic information. She was making a lot of money. And she came out with a concept like, hey, I can make more money if I could just run your business. Probably, you know what I mean, if you're asking me, she would probably get a lot of people that was reaching out to her and say, hey, I got your course. I did everything you said you said for me to do, but I'm still at square one. Well, shoot, if hey, listen, you did the course, you did all that. Hey, if you give me X amount of dollars, I will do it for you. Hey, what's going on, 49er? What's going on, 49er? Thank you for watching the video, man. We just talking about how they live, how these trucking gurus living their best life, while we out here making videos about them. But going back, going back to what I believe, my opinion, right? Allegedly, she came out with an idea. It was like, hey, people are willing to give me $1,000 to buy a truck, to put it on the road, and to do what I do. You feel what I'm saying? So what you think she's gonna not take the money and focus on what can I do to fix my course? What can I do to fix my program that would better help the individuals that are buying my courses? Going good. Thanks for asking. Trucking seems fun. Oh man, trucking's only fun as long as you make it fun. Cause I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm stressed out. A lot of times, stressed. I just left Chicago. I had to drive through Chicago and then drive back out of Chicago. The drive through Chicago was nerve wracking. So I told myself I'm gonna drive back through Chicago at midnight. I'm good now, man. But yeah, that's like everything in life. It's only fun as you make it. You know what I mean? And some days truckers are fun, some days truckers are not. But I definitely do love this career than my last other career. I was in the construction business before I was a freight broker. I was working in construction. That's what I did. I had people that were micromanaging me, trying to get me. You know the whole ordeal working for corporate, right? Being a truck driver, once you get your experience in, get your knowledge, you don't have no one nagging you besides brokers or dispatchers. But 9 out of 10, you in the road, baby. You know what I'm saying? But with the trucking guru, right? Um, I strongly believe she started seeing people giving her money, giving her money, giving her money, giving her money, more money. Instead of her focusing on, hey, look, I'm getting a lot of people coming back at me telling me that they're still at square one. What can I do? What is there more is there information that I'm leaving out on the course that people are not understanding? Should I do more live courses so I can have live feedback, live Q&A? No, she left that course how it was and went and got that bad. That's why when people are talking about the trucking guru and she's doing these live interviews, she's not doing a live interview in the apartment. I sure didn't have the one that she had. But I know a Mercedes Benz interior when I see one. You know what I'm saying? That's what she doing her arguments at. So you evicted for numerous of times, but you still live in a big old mansion. You in the Maybach. I'm gonna say allegedly Maybach. You living your best life. Hey, Donald Trump was bankrupt 8 times. He's still a billionaire. What do you guys don't understand? They did what they did. Now she's going through civil suit, just like any successful entrepreneur that kind of maybe took a shortcut. I'm not saying she did it or not, but kind of maybe took a shortcut. But she is living her best life. Alex Good Energy are living their best life. They're not worrying about anything. See, Alex Good Energy got up out of there. Alex Good Energy been slowed down about the trucking industry. I'm not saying he's not talking about the trucking industry. I'm pretty sure he's still selling his courses, but he's been slowed down. It's only new to us because we now know that the trucking industry is not what it is, or it's not what people say it is. Can you make a lot of money in trucking? Yes, but it's just like it's just like any business. It goes up, it goes down. But with the trucking industry, you don't know when it's gonna go down. You can tell by looking at the charts. If people take the time to go on FreightWave and look at the charts, if you are a reefer driver or a drive-in driver, guess what? You are basically at the mercy of the consumers. Who are the consumers? Regular people that buys, regular people that go to buy groceries, regular people that go online shopping. These are your mercies. So if the supply demand are higher, if the demand is higher than the supply, Guess what? That's a plus for truckers. Because that means there's less supplies, but there's more demand. So there's less truckers, but there's more demand for shippers to get stuff moved out. That's a plus for shipper. But the supply is higher than the demand. There's more truckers than there are demand. That's what we're in right now. There's more truckers than there are people buying. Hey, if you're in the flatbed business, you're not really off of the consumers. You're doing construction. You're off of the construction. You're off of the builders. You're going off of government contracts and all those stuff. You're not worrying about consumers. You're not worrying about people buying stuff off of Amazon. You're not worrying about people going on shopping. No, you're not. You don't worry about those stuff. You're in the flatbed business. You're overhaul, oversized, hazmat. You're not worried about this. So when you get in the trucking industry, you start to learn a little bit more, and then you start to see the BS. You start to see the lies that other people say. I remember one gentleman, big time scammer. He's on YouTube, has an OnlyFans. You guys can kind of understand who I'm talking about. He was talking about the box truck industry. The first 4 minutes, first 4 minutes of him talking about the box truck industry, I knew it was cat. The first 4 minutes of him talking about the box truck industry, it was cat. But I don't hate on his hustle. He knew that's what everybody was talking about. Everybody was searching on the. He was checking the analytics. People are searching about the box trucks and this and that. He's trying to versatile his reach. So he got free information from AI and he made a video about it. How much money he made? I don't know. I know he had over 100,000 views. But it shows you how many people are just gonna buy bull. How many people are gonna, just because you are an influencer, or just because you deem to have success in your life, people are gonna put money in your pockets, and that's what you guys gotta understand. The more successful you are, the more people are willing to put money in your pockets, and that's what I have to learn. I learned in the beginning before I became a trucker, before I became a freight broker. I paid for a course, $1,200, and by the end of the course, I've learned that one thing I learned about that course was nothing. I learned that if I could put $1,200 in this person's pocket, why can I put $1,200 in my investment of myself? So from that day on, I said I'm gonna get all the information for free and I'm gonna piece it together. Fast forward, here I am. You guys can literally see from my first video until now. All that was free information after I learned my first valuable lesson. If you cannot invest in yourself, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, you're not going to be successful no matter how much money you put into a mentor, no matter how much money you put into a guru's course. Now, are there a lot of fake gurus out there? No, but I mean, yes, there are a lot of fake gurus out there, but there are real, true gurus. Like, for one, I can tell you right now, Eric Coffey. If you guys don't know Eric Coffey, you guys can look him up. He does government contracts. When I say this guy teaches what he's doing currently, he walks the walk, or he talks the walk, or walk the talk. One of those things. I don't know. But Eric Coffey is a real guru. That guy taught me a lot, and I ain't have to pay nothing. I watched all his videos. That guy's still doing government contracts. When you look at all these other gurus, they're not talking about trucking anymore. Some of these gurus were going from trucking to real estate. That didn't seem odd to you guys? They were going from trucking to real estate. Then they went from real estate to plumbing. They went to real estate to being a whole construction worker. That didn't seem odd. That didn't seem odd. Like, you guys didn't see the patterns? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you guys didn't see the patterns, I'm gonna tell you the patterns right now. A lot of these gurus or mentors are not gonna tell you what they're doing today. Because if they tell you what they're doing today, then you're gonna question them. Why are you teaching me that if that's not what you're doing? That's just what it is. They will never tell you what they're doing currently. And when you're buying their courses back to back, that's what they're doing. They're selling information. They weren't doing whatever they were teaching in their course. They were selling information. And then they were going into event spaces and having conferences because people now had extra money and people want to go to these conferences and feel good about themselves, like they're doing something. And then walk out these conferences the same person they were before they even got in the Uber to get to the conference. How many conferences we seen last year? All these festivals and conferences. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for conferences, as long as with the right intentions, as long as you're doing it to become better, as long as you're actually gonna take the information and start going. You don't have to start running, just start going. As long as that's the whole intention of you going to the conferences. But if your whole intention of going to the conferences so that you can feel smart, be around smart people, buy all the designers, and walk around like you're doing something, then go back to your apartment with the eviction letter on your door stating that, hey, if you don't pay by next week, you out of here, then you're going to the conferences for the wrong reasons. But how many conferences we seen last year over and over again? Hey, this is your opportunity to finally meet the guru that you've been paying thousands of dollars. Let's shake hands and take pictures. Because that's what you guys were doing. Shaking hands and taking pictures. Now all of a sudden, the market is down. People are now saying, hey, I gave you $40,000 and I ain't see a dime yet. What the heck is going on? Now we want to expose these gurus. Can you be mad at these gurus? Can you really be upset at these gurus? What did they do that you didn't see coming? I saw it coming. That's why I made a video about it a year ago. I personally made a video about it from an individual. If you're watching my video earlier, this live earlier, I explained that what was going on. But I personally made a video about an individual that paid for a course out of his own pocket. He didn't want to listen to me, and I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but I was willing to teach him what I was doing right now. I was willing to speed him up and then show him exactly what I'm doing right now. But no, he wanted to spend his money somewhere else, got gypped off, and they had the nerve to call me to see if I still was willing to show him for free. And I told him no. I made a whole video about that. Beware of the sharks. Years ago. Beware of the sharks. Now you guys are mad? It's like the whole real estate. I gave you $100,000. I ain't seen a dime yet. You, I'm gonna give you $100,000 and not go pull up at Patterson, New Jersey, the hood. What? No. I got the $100,000 right here in my pocket. But we gonna meet at this construction site. Got me messed up. I don't understand. I don't understand. People, we supposed to be out here getting money from the banks, not from innocent people. If it was really that serious, we're supposed to really been out here getting money from the banks, bro. Getting these loans from the banks and not having people invest, giving us $40,000, $50,000. I believe that's called capital investment or fund, whatever. And then we taking their money and buying Louis Vuittons. The minute I would have saw you with a Louis Vuitton jacket that costs $5,000, the minute I would have saw you with a $30,000 Cuban link, and I didn't even see a dime of my profit, oh, we pulling up. I'm stalking your page. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm stalking your page. Cause I'm gonna figure out where you're gonna be at next. I will figure out where you're gonna be at next. I don't know what this guy's doing, man. He want to drive slow. I gave him the whole lane. You can keep that lane. Matter of fact, let me get behind him, man. Cause I don't want to. I really want to talk to you guys. I really want to talk to you guys. I got this innocent bystander behind me. I ain't gonna hold up traffic because of this box truck driver. I'm not gonna do that. Now the innocent bystander, he don't want to speed up. Let me scare him a little bit. Usually, what I do is, if I see a driver driving slow behind me, this is the most scariest thing to a driver. If I'm on the right lane and I see a driver driving slow behind me on the left lane, I just put my left turn signal on. They get scared. out their minds. They hit the gas. They're going about 80 when they notice I'm trying to get to the left lane. Like the last time, I'm not really trying to get to the left lane. I just want you guys to move out my way, man. I don't like when drivers drive on the side of me. It's just a safety thing. But going back to these trucking gurus, man, they're living their best life. They really are. They're living their best life. You can look at the trucking guru, she living her best life. Alex Good Energy living their best life. Earn Your Leisure, I don't really have nothing bad to say about them. I've never seen their trucks either. I've never seen a Earn Your Leisure truck, and they got the whole logo and all type of junk on the side of their trailer. I never seen Earn Your Leisure. Um, never seen Good Energy worldwide. I never seen them either. There's only, like I said, Brewster Logistics is the only ones I actually seen. If you guys ever heard about Brewster Logistics, y'all should look them up on all the social media platform. Um, but we're not waking up, people. We're waking up, and this is what I want to bring to awareness before I close it up. We need to be upset with ourselves. Yes, getting our hard-earned money taken from us, but you got to go through the legal way. Just like Boozy. I don't know if you guys listen to Boozy or know who Boozy is, but he's a rapper. He got gypped off with $5 million from his own brother, his artist. And instead of him thinking irrationally, he's going through the court system. If you ever feel like somebody stole a large sum of money from you, take it to court. But at the end of the day, you got to question yourself. You got to ask yourself, if you're able to give $4,000, $40,000 to this individual, why weren't you able to do it to yourself? Why didn't you have the nuts, trust, and courage to invest in yourself? You understand what I'm saying? Why didn't you ain't never invest in yourself? Because you could have been living a good life too, just like they did. And don't get me wrong, I was tempted too to come out with a course. I was getting phone calls from carriers and from people that wanted to become brokers. They didn't even know how to become a broker. It's very simple. You don't have to take a course. You don't have to do none of that. Have good credit and get the freaking MC number and your surety bond. That's it. Even with bad credit, you're just gonna pay a lot more on the surety bond than a person with good credit. But all you need is good credit, MC number, surety bond. Boom. Or DOT number, surety bond. Boom. You are done. You are official broker. Now you gotta go find your shippers. Come out with a carrier list and a shipper list. Right? The carrier list is an agreement between you and the carrier, basically saying, hey, this you are agreeing to pick up this load for this rate, blah 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 blah. This is my terms. You got to follow and abide by my terms. If you don't, you will be penalized. Woo, woo. Same thing with the shipper. Hey, you agreed to pay me this rate, blah 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 blah. These are simple stuff, free information. I learned all this for free. Once you do that, cold call. Matter of fact, they have companies you can go on Fiverr that you can pay, and you give them your list, and they'll make cold calls for you. All this stuff was for free. These are the same information that they're withholding from you. Because if you knew the truth, you would not put thousands of dollars into their pockets. You'd have put thousands of dollars into your investment, into yourself. So yeah, with the victims, the people that got scammed and money been taken away from them, I feel bad. I really do. It sucks. Like I've never been the type of person to steal from the people. You know, never been there. Not for real. I never. I had to pause and think real quick. For real, now I never been that type of person to steal from people. All jokes aside, that was just a joke, you guys. But when you hear people losing thousands, and half of these people, they weren't millionaires. They weren't bragging about making $100 million 4 years ago. They weren't taking pictures and doing this and flaunting their wealth. They worked hard for that. I don't care if it was $500 or $500,000. They worked hard for that, and they believed in you. They trust you. And for a person to take that trust away from them, to use that trust as their advantage to become more wealthier, hey, that's the world of capitalism. Sooner or later, you will understand how capitalism really works. Someone has to win, and someone has to lose. That's how capitalism works. And like I said, man, that's why they're living their best life. You know, can the federal government do something about this? Can the feds come and raid these people and da da da? I don't know. I don't know if they really. I don't know if the Trucker Guru has a case that big on her. It's like how many books on Amazon have you guys purchased, built a whole backyard or whatever the case may be, and you ain't learned nothing? Did you reach out to the author and say, "Hey, you want your $2.99 back"? No. You don't see these guys. Now, the ones you see on YouTube, the truckers you see on YouTube, yeah, they're really out here. They're showing you they're really out here. They're out here trucking for real. But they're not the ones who are making the money. They're not the ones who are making the big bucks like the trucking guru. They're not. Why? Because they're going through the same stress and up and down that everybody else in the trucking industry. But the trucking guru and them other guys, they're not going through the same thing. Why? Because they're selling different. They're in a different lane. They're selling information, free information. That's what they're selling. Free information. Nothing else. Nothing else. And like the trucking guru, she did mention that she did government contracts and heavy haul. She doesn't really touch too much on that. I know a lot about government contracts. It's not as easy as you think that it is. There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of research on your behalf. Um, for your information, if you want a government contract, the most easiest government contract to get is the U.S. Post Office. I actually got a contract with the U.S. Well, I got it. I filled the paperwork out. I got accepted. I got an invitation to bid. Got the address. They told me where to come so I can bid out these lanes. And they sent me all the lanes information, and I was doing the numbers. And one thing about this that you probably don't hear that I've learned from Eric Coffey, you guys should check him out if you guys ever think about doing government contracts. Um, is that when you bid out these lanes, you're locked in. Once you sign on the dotted line with the government, you are locked in. So with the trucking industry, you don't know when the gas prices are going to go up. You don't know when it's going to go down. You don't know when the rate's going to go up. You don't know when the rate's going to go down. You don't even know when your truck going to blow up. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of variables in the trucking industry that a lot of these gurus don't talk about. They don't teach about, right? Because they don't want you to know everything. If you knew everything, then you wouldn't need him. So if I give you very, if I birth you, if I give you very little, you're going to continue coming back, and I'm going to continue charging you. Now I'm charging you. It's going to be called consultation. But going back to what I was saying, you know, when I was doing the bids with the post office and I was doing the numbers, it didn't seem right. I didn't like the numbers, and then for me to really do what I wanted to do, I had to grow in capacity, right? And at the time, I didn't want to deal with truckers like that. Like I dealt with truckers, but I didn't want to have truckers as my responsibility. If you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to have um, how can I say it? I didn't want to be responsible of other trucker negligence, right? So I declined it, because it's all the stuff that you gotta like. There's so much you have to know about when it comes to bidding on contracts and all that stuff. But once you have a team, once you can make a lot of money from these government contracts. You can. Sure, you don't even have to be a truck driver to get a government contract. You could be a janitor. Matter of fact, you can go right now at your local state website, open up a LLC, put cleaning service, and go bid. Go look up bids on the government sites. You can look up state, local, or government, right? Federal. You can look up bids on the government site looking for cleaning companies. and you could get a bid. You could get a 60,000, 100,000, 200,000, $300,000 bid where you have to clean a library, a government library or whatnot, or you have to clean a base, and you get paid. You know, you will get paid. But another thing they don't teach you is that it's a lot of paperwork. You got to have workers' comp. You got to have a team. You got to have the right chemicals. You got to have this. You got to have that. There's a schedule. You got to have. You got to show them how you're gonna pay your employees. You know, you got to show them the taxes. You got. There's a lot of stuff that comes within doing that stuff that they don't teach you that. Why? Because they want you to pay a consultation. That's how they make money. They make money off of information. If they give you all the information, then how they gonna make their money? Unlike Eric Coffee gives all the information because he's doing government contracts in real life. He could care less if you learn how to do government contract or if you don't, because he's landing these contracts. He wants to show you, but if you don't have the initiative to go above and beyond, he could care less if you drop out because he's getting these $1 million contracts for real. But that's how you can spot fake gurus. That's the easiest way you can spot fake gurus when they're giving you little by little, little by little, little by little stuff that doesn't make sense. Imagine going to work and someone tells you, "Hey, I can show you how you can become a manager. Just buy my course right here, step by step. I'll show you how to become a manager." And by the time you open up the booklet, the first thing is go on to Indeed.com and look up the name of your job and see if they're hiring for a manager position. I already knew that. Like, what you? I thought you were gonna give me some like juicy information. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you can spot these fake gurus. You got to really actually be skin in the game. You got to be actually driving. You got to actually be in the industry to realize like half of these stuff that these people are saying is fake. Now, can other people stand up and speak about that? Yeah, but then you're gonna be categorized as a hater. You stepping on my toes. You just hating on me. So what can you do? You know. But I just wanted to touch on that, man. Part two, man, of these gurus. They're living their best life. They really are. And it sucks that it takes us to go through this recession, um, inflation, whatever you want to call it, for us to realize that this whole time we've been lied to. And not only we've been lied to, our hard-earned money was taken too. Now, like I said, I don't know the trucking guru personally. I know people that dealt with her personally. I don't know Alex Good Energy personally. I know people that dealt with him. I have nothing against Alex Good Energy. I actually, the guy's a good guy in my book. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate on none he did. I've never seen him had a program where you give him money and he will run your truck. I actually knew someone very, very close to me, and there was another guy that was doing a similar thing in my state, right? And this guy gave this person that said that he had this cloud system and AI and all type of junk. All you have to do is invest $40,000, and I'll buy you a truck, I'll run it for you, and this is how much you'll make. Blah 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 blah. And the guy did that. And when the guy did that, and he was telling me about it, he was like, "Yo, you already have a customer. You know, you already have the knowledge of the industry. Man, you should do the same thing. You know how many people will give you $40,000 or $50,000 for you just to run their truck?" And don't get me wrong, I was tempted to do it. You know, I was tempted to do that. But at the same time, I knew the industry. At the same time, I knew I didn't want to have those responsibility of what if the market crashed. Man, this is years ago. I was like, what if the market crashed? Now I got to figure out how I'm gonna pay back one. So I said no. I'm not doing that. And long story short, that same guy that gave $40,000 to that guy that claimed that way in the trucking industry, he lost $40,000 plus. He had to pay for it, up to $30,000. Finally, after his truck was repaired, he put it back on the road. The guy MC that was supposed to do everything for him, whatever, out of service, not authorized. it was a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's just not the trucking guru, man. There are people that were taking advantage of other people, and I just wanted to bring awareness to like, hey, this is a lesson taught, lesson learned. It's not over with. Is the trucking market, trucking industry collapsing? No. I really believe that a lot of people that got into the trucking industry got into it when it was at its highest ever, right? But they didn't know that before it was at its highest ever, it was at $1.90 per mile, $2 per mile. Gas was extremely high. You know what I'm saying? Like it is right now. And I really do believe, we're coming up to election year, election time, where I believe the market is going to bounce back up. Now we do have other variables. We have these wars that's going on, that's causing a lot of stress on us as citizens, um, especially as truckers. Where these, I don't want to get into that, but I do believe we'll see the market go back up. Now, is it going to go back up to pandemic? No. If it does, I will be surprised, and I will come on live, and I will tell you guys that I was wrong, and I'm doing a $1,000 giveaway. Because why? If the money came back the way they did in the pandemic, I'm rich, baby. It's only right I give y'all some bread. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's just that's just what it is, man. Um, hey, man, I got to commute all the way down to the south. I really enjoy you guys from watching, liking. I got more videos down there, man. Watch ways to spot scams and people that's taking advantage. Hopefully it's helpful for you. Um, Other than that, man, you guys be safe. It's another beautiful day. Um, I'm out. Oh man, hey, I got mad one time, you guys. Are you guys proud of me? I'm doing better, man. I had a lot of people write on my comment, right? You're an idiot. You're filming when you're driving. You're this and that. Why would you do that? You're breaking the rule. It was a lot. And I engaged. I love to engage. Why? Because it makes YouTube look at it and say, but I really did thought to myself, like, man, I need to do better. Because I was planning on getting this trailer, the trailer I got right now. I was going to have the back door. But if you guys ever seen a 53-foot semi truck trailer, you got the two open, wide open doors. I was planning on getting a big old like magnet or wrap to put on the trailer doors with the broker talk and all that information. So you guys can actually, if you guys are on the road, it's 5,000 of you guys, right? 5,000 plus of you guys. But if you guys ever on the road, you guys. But I'm talking about the regular drivers. I don't need them to do some weird stuff, man. But I really do appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys just tune in right now, I'm about to end the live. You guys can rewatch the video once it loads up. And I'm gonna continue my commute, man. Thanks for the watch.